What's up, guys? It's your boy Nathan. We are back with another watch long. We have Arsenal versus PSG, Uefa Champions League semi-finals. I'd prefer if it was us here, but we're not here. That is the reality. We don't have to like it, but it's true. Don't like it at all, quite honestly, but that is the truth. On merit, Arsenal deserve to be here. Ugh, tough words to say. Come on, Snake. Listen, man, if I say what I want to say, they'll just call me a hater. But I said from the very get go that Paris Saint Germain is a very tough team. Donnarumma, Mendes, Pacho, Marquinhos, Hakimi, Fabian Ruiz, Vitinha, João Neves. Hello, hello. Up front, we have Kavicha Kvaratskhelia, Usman Dembele, and Desiree Doué. The substitutes, you have Kimpembe, Gonzalo Ramos, Kangin Lee, Lucas Hernandez, Mayulu, Bacola, Zaire Emery, Lucas Beraldo, Mbaye, goalkeepers Safanov and Tenas. I think I got them all. I tried at least. I want Inter to win. If not, the Snake should win. To me, it's Barcelona or PSG. I won't be surprised if that's the final. In fact, I think that's the likely final anyway. But God, Dembele scoring against Barcelona in the finals. Barcelona fans are going to be really, really unhappy that day if that happens. Memory of Pope Francis, of course, leader of the church. Tribute to him, obviously. Also, was a big fan of football. I forgot he supported an Argentinian team. It wasn't River Plate or Boca Juniors. I forgot, but he's a very, very simple man. If you read about him, you might find it interesting. For a religious man, very, very simple. Very, very simple man. Surprisingly simple, I would say. Yeah, sad. Ballon d'Or, Dembele. I mean, it should. I was going to say it should be Kane. Sadly, Bayern aren't in it anymore, so it should be either Lautaro or should be Lautaro Martinez or probably Dembele or Rafinha. One of those three. Game's about to start. Now the procedure will be begin right for the next Pope Vatican. Yeah, first they bury him, which they have done on the weekend. Then I believe there are many cardinals. I don't know the number exactly. I think all the cardinals go, but only some. They have to meet certain criterias, right? Age criterias and stuff like that. So all the cardinals go, but only certain cardinals are eligible. Apparently, a pope from the Philippines. We might get our first Asian pope. For people who do not know, Philippines is quite a devout Christian country. Um, a South Indian cardinal is going as well. That would be fantastic, personally. Um, I mean, not personally in the sense of as an Indian, obviously. Uh, PSG. Okay, nothing happened. Just remember Pope John Paul II. He was another well, it's not the right way to say it, but he was another fan favorite. He was the Pope for quite long. That's why they actually had to change the procedure. I think he was Pope for 27 years. That's why they now have like an age limit, which is a little weird. I found that really weird. I'm like, don't you if for I mean, if you just look at it from a religious stability point of view, you'd want a pope that has a long tenure and can carry out what he wants to carry out, whether it's helping the poor in various countries or whatever the policy is, right? That he can achieve. But as you know, after him, what we have now, this is our third pope. We had a German pope, we had another pope, and now Pope Francis. I didn't don't really quite understand why we do that, but yeah. we do that. That's why I said the Cardinals will go to the Vatican, but only the certain ones will be eligible. And apparently, the favorite right now is Pinoy, which is a Filipino man. Pinoy is what they call the Filipinos. Uh, Apparently, he's possibly going to get that. I don't know. Let's see. Hello, hello, Leo. Hello. It's a nice day today, yeah, in London. No sun, but there's plenty of light. Not raining, which is an advantage, I suppose, for Paris. Probably be better for them if it was raining in Arsenal. Did you watch Weak Hero Season 2? What's that? I don't even know what that is. Weak Hero? I've never heard of this. Hey, Nitesh. Here we go. Here we go. Paris on the run. Lays it off wide. Forces Kovicha to go further wide out. Driving in. Trivella cross. Goal! Oh, Dembele. Oh my god. Oh, I can't believe it. Oh my god. Inter and Barcelona are going to have a tough time, dude. Dude, if they rout Arsenal at home, they don't have a chance in Paris. Let me tell you right now. The Parisians, they already. I don't know how are they allowed to do that, dude. In the Premier League, they would never allow to do that. It's such crap. These rules are. They would never allow them to do that in the Premier League. Those flares. Always in the European games, they have all this leeway, man. It's mad. It is through votes criteria. One of the criterias I believe is age. I don't actually know all the criterias, but I know one of them is age, and I think something to do with seniority as well. And I believe they are elected by all the cardinals. So there's like a group of cardinals that go there. They take part in the papal elections, and then they all come back. And Bloodhound too. Weak Hero Class is a Korean fighting show. And Bloodhound too. I assume these are on Netflix. Hello, Kev. Good evening. Cool PSG. Declan Rice is telling them to calm down. I mean, I wouldn't be telling them that at all. I don't think Arsenal did anything wrong there. I thought it was just a great strike, a grounded strike that went into the bottom corner through traffic. I don't really think Arsenal did anything wrong there. They might have given Dembele too much space to run initially before the Kavicha cross cutback was there. But apart from that, I don't think they did anything wrong really. Maybe I have to see the replay again. They just gave him too much space to run down the middle initially. Thirsty for more. That Pepsi ad is not doing them any favors. Akimi with a clearance. How are those flares? Oh, they have shut down the flares instantly. The security must look at them. Look at the Parisian crowd going mad already. I only know some things from the movie Angel and Demon. How idiot I never such. I mean, dude, listen. Yeah, you're not a Catholic man. If you're curious, it's different. If you're not curious, it's different. Yeah, I don't think you're an idiot. See, there are people who know things about Islam that aren't Muslim. There are people who know things about Hinduism that aren't Hindu, like me. I It's a long story, but certain things interested me as a kid and I read on it. I mean, I read the children's version of it, I should say. I didn't read the real version of it because I was a baby. And there are some people who know things about Christianity that aren't Catholic. I don't think anyone's an idiot, dude. If you're curious, what's the best part, Shanks? The fact that you're curious. Curiosity leads to education, education leads to change in thought process. I don't think you should be hard on yourself. I think it's brilliant that you're interested. Like I'm interested in certain things about Hinduism and Islam and Zoroastrianism and Judaism, other things, places and stuff. Dembele might get the Ballon d'Or at this rate. Rahul Thakur, there is no doubt that he's going to get the Ballon d'Or at this rate because I'm telling you right now, I said PSG Barca final. Barca have a very bitter taste in their mouth after what happened to them last year. And if Dembele is in this kind of form, it's going to be a problem. It's either Dembele or Rafinha. I mean, I would say Lautaro is my third choice, but either Dembele or Rafinha. Let's go. Just joined and a goal. So successful start to hate watch today, I guess. Vedang, are you a United fan? I mean, why you hate watching? Are you a Chelsea fan, a Spurs fan, a United fan? But welcome to the channel, Vedang. Successful start to the hate watch. I mean, honestly, I favored PSG before this game started. Just watching PSG every leg of the Champions League after the group stage. The group stage obviously was very rough. They almost didn't make it. Oh ho ho ho! Ooh, that was looking dangerous. Arsenal snuffed that out a little bit. My God, PSG have all the possession. Chip ball over, straight to Raya. That's Dembele's 33rd goal in all competitions. That's mad. United fan joining from the United Road. Well, welcome, Vedang. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Hopefully, you find it as entertaining as Anshuman. Hopefully. I get much more entertained. I am much more entertaining when I watch UFC because I'm not stressed out while I'm watching my team play football. I mean, I am sorry. I'm not stressed out when I'm watching two people punch each other in the face. So that's the relaxing time for me. But yes, thank you for joining. Here we go. Arsenal's turn now. Cross comes in. Blocked by Marquinhos. Oh, he's already riling up the crowd. Oh boy. This is going to be a long 90 minutes for Arsenal. This is going to be a long 90 minutes for Arsenal. I can already feel it's going to be a long 90 minutes. Oh, that goal was fantastic, though, I have to say. I don't like PSG at all, but I mean, they've become a lot more likable without Mbappe. Can't lie. Can't lie. Become a lot more likable now that Mbappe is not there. I wonder if the Mbappe curse is the real thing now. About the whole United discussion, I just feel that the arrogance of United club owners, fans, and players just bring the whole vibe down, create immense pressure. Liverpool never created that. But Rahul, I agree. But I mean, Mohawk said, let's not talk about. Oh, ho, ho, ho! Bring out the yellow card. Oh, get lost, Trossard. Come on, that was a foul. Oh, Mikel, stop, man, please, stop. Stop that. It happened right in front of you. Don't pretend, bro. What, he pushed him with his hands in front of you, Arteta. Stop that, man. Come on. Start moving your fingers around. You enjoy doing that. Start giving them tactical analysis. Clearly pushed him. Why are you saying anything to him, Hakimi? Just walk. Don't say anything to him, dude. He's shitting himself. You almost ran right past him. Keep it moving. Keep it moving. Yeah, I would say Rahul. I think the difference is we during those 30 years they had new owners and they won not why win nothing is not fair. They won FA Cups and a Champions League and whatnot. But like I said yesterday, when Ole Gunnar Solskjaer told us in a press conference, your league standing is your true barometer of where you are as a football club. People mocked him and said he's only saying that because he lost the Europa League final and he won nothing. Today we see that it's true. We have won cups, but we finished eighth and hopefully 13th. I don't want to really go any lower, so I'm just going to say 13th with the hopes we finish 13th. He was right, but we didn't take him seriously because quote unquote he won nothing. So, pressure has always been building because we have won leagues and we went from winning stuff consistently and competing in the biggest competitions consistently and having the best players consistently to slowly not doing those things, Rahul. So the pressure is building up. One thing I will defend fans on when people go, oh, they're going to be Amorim out within the year. Um, the funny thing about that sentence is Rahul, like people will say you got to give manager time. And I read something really interesting on Twitter from a fan, regular fan. I checked his profile to see, if he's one of these influential ones. He's just a regular fan. And he made a wonderful point. He said, and in simple words, he said, why should we give them time? We have been spending all our money. We have been stressed out for the last 10 years. We have been hopeful in the last 10 years. We have done our job in supporting this club in the last 10 years. And we have not got anything out of it. We have not got the benefits of being die-hard fans out of it. We have been lied to. The ticket prices have been raised. The quality of players have been reduced over time. So when people go Amarim out after 1 year, there are fans that will say these fans are fickle, these fans are fair weather, these fans are not real fans. But in reality, is they have not just woke up and wanted Amarim out. It's 10 years of frustration, almost 15 years of frustration. It depends on obviously when you all have become a fan. For me personally, it has been almost 13 years of frustration. I was a fan way before we won our last league title. So for me, it's a lot of frustration. But some people will say you're not a real fan if you don't support the team. I'm like, yeah, but everyone has a limit. Everybody has a limit, Rahul. The thing with Liverpool is they went so long without winning anything. Now they will start feeling that pressure, Rahul. The pressure to renew Salah and Van Dijk was real amongst the fans. I don't know if you noticed that. If you are Liverpool fans, you'll know this. Liverpool fans were stressing out so much because they once they knew that Trent's going to leave. Oh, header on target, wonderful cross there. Marquinhos almost scored. They almost great cross there by Hakimi. Comfortable, calm, beautiful curl. Header needed to be on one of the sides. Unfortunately, the angle was not favorable though for the corner headers. Um, this the now you see them, they're under stress, dude. When Jurgen Klopp left, they were under stress. They were like, "Oh my God, is this guy going to live up to the consistency of Klopp?" When they found out that somewhere in January that Trent is probably going to leave, they were stressed out. At the time, Van Dijk and Salah didn't sign the new contract. They were stressed out. This is all accumulating because now the pressure is going to build. They are going to have that same pressure we had because now it's getting to that point, Rahul. So while I hear what you're saying is Liverpool didn't have to undergo it because Liverpool fans were beaten down. Liverpool fans were beaten down and now they have got momentum and now they're not going to stay beaten down. Now they're going to be stressed. They're going to be more demanding. And unfortunately for us, it might be our time to wait. I don't know how long we'll have to wait, but we'll have to wait. But it is the arrogance of the United Club owners that there is no doubt about that. Part of the funny thing is we are talking about Liverpool, right? The Liverpool club owners were quite arrogant as well. They would not give as much money to Klopp every year, even though he was clearly challenging from the league title. They still never gave him. They gave Slot who? They gave Slot Chiesa, and he still won the league. They have been a little lucky when being stingy and arrogant. Our club owners are just arrogant. They only see the bottom line. They see nothing else. So now Liverpool fans will have that pressure, Rahul. Watch next year if it doesn't come. See how the City fans started getting frustrated. They might finish fifth today. They have been so successful in the last 7-8 years that fifth is unacceptable to them. But 15 years ago, people would have taken. They would have bitten your hand off for a fifth place. They would have bitten your hand off. Fifth place, almost just missing out on Champions League. Give it to me. 15 years ago. Now they are shamed at fifth place. Football is cyclical, yeah. It happens. It happens. It happens. Can't be Arsenal winning anything after Liverpool's 20th. That's a foul. No, not a foul. Wow. No, Kavicha, don't do it. You're gonna get a yellow. You're gonna get a yellow, Kavicha. Don't follow him. Penalty call there. Said no. Predator, hello Predator. Dembu, yes. Hello Matable Sam. Love the picture. What's up? It's been a while. I would be just a young and new United fan as I started watching United since Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Yeah, but even if you started new, you're allowed to feel frustrated, Vedang. You're allowed to feel frustrated. Even during the Ole era, he was not given. He wanted Grealish, he got Van de Beek. That's just one example. You wanted Bruno in the summer, we got him in January. These are just a couple of examples. I'm not saying we should have spent 100 million on Grealish or anything like that. I'm just giving an example. We have been lied to. We have been taken advantage of. The managers have had to be the fall guy for a lot of the bad decisions the owners make. So even if you're new or an old fan, you'll have your frustrations as well. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with it. It's not just because you're an older fan you should be more frustrated. It's like frustration. I mean, that looked like a penalty to me. I mean, Timber's hand came across his body. Yeah. How is that not what is the referee doing? How is that not a penalty? Timber's hand, he's holding him. Wow. That happened in front of the referee. Wow. Wow, that's incredible. As a Chelsea fan, up the Parisians. Vamos, Lucho. Ole could have been one of the best scouts. He had a good eye. Look at Haaland. Those who say one season wonder of Haaland scored what he done last year for United, we could have been top four. Yeah. And he was willing to sell us when he was at Molde. Our owners said no. What was it? 5 million? 5 million? They were going to. He was giving us a discount. It was probably worth more than that. He was going to sell it for less to us because it's us. Said no. It is what it is. He recommended Bellingham too, I guess. Yeah. Don't forget all the players Ragnick scouted. Don't forget them. So many. It is what it is. Usman Dembele now is 45G and 45 games for PSG this season. He's a problem here. It's a problem. He's a real problem. Real one. That is also a cultural problem. Since United doesn't love their players. Bruno's so divided. Every United fan right now can make an argument for any player because the players don't care. You know what's the funny thing? It's so funny you're saying that, Rahul. Bruno is the one divided. But there was a stat that popped up during the Bournemouth game, and I was live and I didn't even know that. We have Roy Keane saying he is not captain material, right? And then there is a stat saying Bruno's 8 goals and 9 assists are both Premier League highs for the club. So Bruno is doing his job, right? But because he's not the kind of leader Roy Keane wants him to be, he's not a leader. Okay? Why am I bringing that up? I'll tell you why. How many goals and assists does Martin Odegaard have from the beginning of the season? Because I heard a lot of our fans go, I would have taken Odegaard. But if Odegaard doesn't provide goals and assists, then what are we going to do? Neat passes. We're going to do neat passes. And do what with those neat passes? I'm just saying. I'm not saying Odegaard's a bad player. Don't get me wrong. But Bruno Fernandes has the Premier League high of goals and assists. And we have pundits who played for our club saying he's not captain material. Like other people in this club are stepping up. He's played half of his games from the middle of midfield, not as a 10. Still, like, I don't understand how Bruno can be divided, considering he's the only one who puts up numbers every season, even if we are bad. It's incredible. We just aren't happy. It's so funny you say that, Rahul. There were so many people going Dallo is shit, Dallo is shit, Dallo is shit. They don't realize that Dallo has played left back for the majority of the last 18 months, even though he's a right back. When Amarim puts Mazraoui there, Mazraoui does not cross one ball, and he becomes at left wing back. He does not cross one ball. When we put Doggo at right back, as you saw in the Bournemouth game, he does not cross one ball. The only time I've seen crosses come from both ends of the pitches, from both sides of the pitches, is by Dallo. Yet people are saying that Dallo is shit and we should sell him. Now, following the calf injury, some people are going, my God, we can't catch a break. I can't believe he's injured. And some people are saying, now watch us play better. Did people watch Patrick Dorgu play right wing back for the Bournemouth game? Bro, I'm telling you, it's like you said it, no? It seems United don't love their players anymore. The fans. Bro, I'm telling you, we are going to miss Dallo. And the only reason we'll know we'll miss Dallo, is when Dallo is not fit. Now watch us play the next 8 games without Dallo and see how we struggle. Mazraoui cannot play in the wing back position. His best games under Amorim have been at right centre back. It's very obvious to me that he's not very good as a wing back in the system, and he definitely cannot play on the left hand side. There was only one fullback we had who can play on both sides. For the last 18 months, he's been doing it. We have been slagging him off, and now he's injured, and now we'll see what everyone can do. Because people were hell bent believing no that we are better off without Dallo starting in games. So we'll see. We'll see. But it's a great point you make, Rahul. That's a pen ref. I mean, it's 100% pen. Dude. Very criminal. And the worst part is it happened in his line of sight in front of him. There were no players in between them. It's incredible. It's absolutely incredible. Matable Samson started following Manu when Jose came. The hype was real, man. Oh, bloody nostalgia. Yeah, he wrote a letter, didn't he? I mean, yeah, it looked like Miles Kelly looked like he was falling down. Yo, Arteta, just sit down and shut up, man. My God, the fouls are happening in front of him and he can't see. Apparently, he can see across the pitch though. Interesting. Ujjwal is here saying, been a fan since Ronnie came back. Been a very tough time, but best choice of my life. GGMU. We'll take all the fans you can get, Ujjwal. It's tough times now, but the good times are just going to be sweeter. That's all I can say about that. RP had a 20 million release. Yeah. Julian Alvarez, that's right. Nathan Ancelotti will end the season as Real Madrid manager, and the club will also pay his next season salary of 11 million. Will be given a tribute and future ambassador role after retirement. It sounds like Perez's nice way of sacking somebody. Uh, don't get me wrong, Aditya, but some of that sounds very political to me. I've never heard of someone sacking someone and giving their salary for next year. Seems like a very political thing because you know why. I'm going to say it right now, Aditya. Please clip it. Feel free to clip it and post it whenever it happens. You know why Perez is doing that? Because the next time Perez signs someone and they aren't as good as Ancelotti, there's going to be a bunch of Real Madrid fans saying we shouldn't have sacked him in the first place. Watch. And let me tell you right now, you can have it in writing. The next guy you sign, which will be Xabi Alonso, will not have the results that Ancelotti has done. Ancelotti has spent his whole life coaching. With respect to Xabi Alonso, this isn't the Bundesliga. Yeah. If you know, you know. That's all I'll say. Don't be surprised. Seems like a very political move to pay someone his salary after sacking him for the next year and an ambassadorial role. Because if it blows up in his face, that's another one on Papa Perez, dude. Just like the 270 million signing bonus on Mbappe, instead of spending that money on a bunch of other players. We'll see. If Jose had backing like ETH, we would have been the best chance at title. Yeah, that's true. What was it? 650 to 700 million he got? But it'll be either Santiago Solari as interim in Club World Cup or Xabi Alonso as Brazil wants Carlo take over. Yeah, we read that the other day, right? Oh, I don't know if you were on the live with us actually, Aditya. But yeah, that's what we were talking about. The representatives of the Brazilian Football Federation were in Spain after the Copa del Rey. And apparently they weren't willing. I mean, you know how it is in the news. They'd have to make it dramatic, but quote unquote, they weren't leaving without an answer. You know, in basic words, is they wanted to make sure the deal signed. Kavicha does not have the angle on the shot. So, quote unquote, weren't leaving without an answer is basically saying, you know, re-sign the deal. Vedang, I see mostly older fans target us new fans as we are new blood and call us out for rash rumblings. We have not seen the glory, but all I see is confusion and misinformation amongst fans and management. It's a different thought process. The older fans definitely have a different thought process, not to mention much more frustration, Vedang. Uh, a lot of the older fans saw Alex Ferguson, saw his prime, realized it took him 4 years to to achieve what we then achieved for the next 22 years. The problem is, just like I told Rahul earlier, with regards to pressure from fans and stuff, he was not under the pressure every Manchester United manager is under now. As we get further and further away from Fergie, there is more and more pressure. And the reason that pressure is there is because of Fergie, ironically. So a lot of fans always cite the he didn't win anything until his fourth year and all, which is all true. But the landscape of Premier League itself was different back then. The the sheer amount of eyeballs was different. Now, with the different sets of media, more pressure is built in from a point where it didn't exist. If you lived in the 90s, no one could see your social, you didn't have social media. No one knew what you're thinking. You either show up at the games and you read the newspapers or you don't. It's as simple as that. That was all the pressure that existed. Now, the pressure exists from every single corner of the world, literally, through multiple various media sources, whether it's digital, whether it's written, whether it's on TV channels, whether it's through podcasts. There's just so much now. So they feel that the young fans are impatient and that the older fans have been through a lot more and are showing more resilience. That could be true. That might be something the younger fans have to look into, but I remember when I was young, I also was impatient. So, the older fans might be going, the younger fans are too impatient because they're young. And that is what comes from being younger. I've always found I find myself more impatient before than I am now. Arsene Wenger's there. You know, I don't know who that is. Is that his daughter? I don't think that's his wife. But I don't think that's his wife at all. Actually, it's probably his daughter. Wow, what a coach he was! But God, I hated the sight of him. I hated the sight of him. But what a coach! Um, so it's difficult to pick a side. I don't pick any side, dude. Everyone can have their own opinion. I understand both ends. I understand both ends. But yes, you are 100% right. There's a lot of contradictory, contrarian information amongst everybody, not just the fans, not just management. I would say something as irrelevant as a scout. The many scouts have come out and said we have told United to sign this player and they haven't signed. Alfonso Davies did best example is Alfonso Davies did a trial here and look who our left backs are. Injured Luke Shaw and Malasia and Dogu and whoever else we have got in the last few years. We could have had Alfonso Davies. He did a trial at us first. Someone recommended it to him too, and we said no. So, there's just a lot of contradictory information. Sometimes we think the management is misleading us, then sometimes, we think the pundits are misleading us, then sometimes we feel like we're getting inaccurate news with regards to which players are we going to sell? Do we have the finances to make moves? There's so much information. That's offside for sure. Fabian Ruiz. Off the post! Not offside. Oh, it is offside. Even if Bruno isn't captain, still there's no fucking one who will be able to bear the pressure of that. Bro, I'm telling you, it's not even about the pressure of the armband, Matable Sam. There is nobody who's captaincy material enough to wear the armband. People are saying Delict. I'm like, bro, if Delict was such a captain, he wouldn't have bounced through Juventus, Bayern Munich, and now to us. They would have kept him and put the captaincy on him. Look how young he is. I'm not saying Delict's a bad player, but imagine having a centre back that young, captain of Ajax, who makes his move. Imagine having a centre back that young. You'd keep him. You'd keep him and say he's your future captain. Look at the mentality he has. But there's different levels here. There's different levels to the captaincy. can't compare being captain at Ajax and captain of Manchester United or Bayern Munich or Juventus for that matter. There is different levels. That doesn't mean he can't become a captain. But we're talking about now, right now. There is nobody who can be a captain. People said Casemiro is won Champions League. Bro, Casemiro's folded under the pressure last year. He folded. First year he thrived. Second year he folded completely. It when people fold, when you don't have a captain, no, you can't even think of putting the armband on these people. You can't, respectfully. You just can't. We don't have another captain, and people just can't seem to deal with it. Like they can't, they just their pride will just not allow them to think of that at all. It's so sad. It's so sad. Thank God I'm hearing Portugal are looking for a move on from Martinez and bring bro, I told you Martinez is a bum. Before he took manage, you know what? I don't know if I was on this channel, Aditya. I don't know if I said on this channel. I don't know if I went on Giant's channel. I told him Fernando Santos was way better than Roberto Martinez. If he couldn't win anything with Belgium, who had all the talent in the world and were a top three team for the majority of those 8 years, and they won nothing. They didn't even come close. Semi-finals. If he couldn't win with that Belgium side, he can't win anything with this Portugal side. With respect to Ronaldo. Because Ronaldo might be a footballing god, but he's not God. Yeah. The Portugal team is nowhere as good as that Belgium team he had. If he couldn't win with that Belgium team, he can't win with this Portugal team. It's very simple. Very, very simple. I didn't think he was better than Santos. I have to be honest. Being New Young fan of United is hard. It is. Jose for Portugal. My God, I could finally watch Portugal play. I can't stand Martinez, dude. He's way worse than Southgate. That's saying something. For people who know, follow me on this channel. No, that's saying something. Because I never thought he was better than Southgate. There's just no evidence to say he was better than Southgate. He was horrible. Never got the players he wanted. Wish Pogba incident never happened. We should have never let Pogba go on the free, but then that's what Sir Alex did. But Sir Alex was so good at his job that we never blinked. We never knew we were going to spend 90 million on his return. I would have never guessed. It is what it is. Hello Nitesh, welcome back. Just one question. Where's the genuine stuff from the United Academy in the last 13 years? So sad they used to give Beckham, George Best, Sir Bobby Charlton, right? Well, the genuine staff from the academy was obviously Paul Pogba because he is from our academy, right? The thing is, we didn't. His demands were too much for a kid from the academy, so we let him go on the free. The next one is Rashford, and hopefully the next one is Mainu. Um, as far as stars are concerned, I would say Rashford, but a lot of people will say he's not even a star, he's not even that good, this, that, and the other. So you can argue, you know, that can be argued upon as well. I would say Kobe Mainu. I would say we have more youth academy stars now than we did in the last 4 5 years. I feel our youth academies have become a lot better uh, from the time Ole has been here. So Ethan would have liked the Jose style if we win a title. Bro, I don't care what the style is. When we at the end of the season when we pick up the trophy, and if any of our fans are shameless enough to complain about style, no, then we have really lost our way, dude. Because this "we are Manchester United" Gary Neville statement, no, is boring. We are not Manchester United like that anymore. If we won a title with Jose's style and people complained about it, I would say the same thing I'd say about people who wanted David De Gea to leave. Y'all are very ungrateful and y'all don't know what you'll have until it's gone. Very simple. Style, no, is a privilege we don't have, Shanks. Let's make one thing very clear. The term which style would you accept if we win a title, no, is a privilege we don't have at this point of time. Whatever the style is that wins us a title is the style we need to watch, whether we like it or not. Because we don't have that privilege. We don't have that, ha, he doesn't play this style. Who wants to watch this kind of football? We don't have that privilege anymore, man. And for people who think that we do, no, I mean they don't live in the real world. They really don't. How did PSG not score there, bro? I don't know how PSG is not 3-0 up by now. But apart from Spanish Brandon Rogers, every other manager needs to perform, win a cup, title, European title, second season, or get sacked. Yeah. He gets a good pass, doesn't he? He's also spent 800 million. What's happening here? Problems. Problems. Oh, wow. Now they're complaining about penalties. Arteta's going to get a yellow card by the end of this match. Watch. He touched the ball first. Nah, man. What is wrong with these people? They're holding back people and they don't get a penalty. If they get a penalty for that, it's a robbery. Thank you. He just screwed Belgium's golden generation. Listen, man, like, however you would want to put it. If he could not win with them, he cannot win with Portugal. Portugal does not have a team as good as that Belgian team. It doesn't matter if Ronaldo's playing because it's not a one player game. Agree, not winning shit with most of the players in the prime is serious shit. Bro, see, I'm not even. I wouldn't even go that far, dude. This man won a FA Cup with Wigan. Like, it's not like he can't coach, but I'm just looking at it from a realistic point of view. The moment he switched to international football, it became tough because international football, you get every 2 years you get a chance to shine. Whereas if you're in a club, if you're in a club in any country, you'll have multiple opportunities. The league, the domestic cup, a European trophy. Now that there's a conference league, you have three layers of European football. You have so many opportunities to win a trophy. In international, I mean, I don't think this Nations League is the real thing here. They're just trying to make money and get these players injured and exhausted. They just have the Euros and they have the World Cup. Who cares if you top the qualifiers? You don't get a trophy for topping the World Cup qualifiers. And the Nations League, I mean, I don't take it seriously, man. Now it's become a major international trophy. The thing is just new, and it's become a major international trophy. It's a farce. It's a money grab. Anybody that's educated enough knows it's a money grab. But now, if your nation that you support win, no, you'll act like you won the Champions League. It's just a money grab. That's why they have really done it. They overwork the players, and the international teams don't pay shit to the players. They play for free. Oh, Arsenal missed a chance there. That was close. That was really close. But the international clubs don't play. If any of the players get injured, the clubs suffer, and the fans of the club suffer. Oh, he was offside. Never mind. Nobody else suffers. The international players get them for free. So this Nations League is an absolute money grab. Simple as that. You get opportunities every 4 years to win something. If you can't win something, it's done. They had four attempts. Belgian golden generation. The best they came was third in a World Cup. The Portugal team he currently is running is nowhere as good as the Belgian team he had. There's no chance he can win anything with Portugal. Sorry to disappoint the Portugal fans. But I said before he managed one game that Fernando Santos was better than him. That's just a fact. There was a star, but he just got screwed up. Mason Greenwood. That's true. And you know what's going to frustrate everyone right now? Sorry to tell you guys this because you all might not be very happy about it, but there are talks that Mason Greenwood might be going to PSG. So get ready to see a lot more of him being more successful than us. When he they could have figured out a way to reincorporate him, they decided to not issue an apology, not have him say anything to address the fans for his problems. They were just going to incorporate him back into the team. That was never ever going to work in England after what he did, allegedly. That was never ever going to work. There had to be a long, proper, planned out way to get him back into the team. These people thought they could just put him in. Wonder kid, once in a lifetime generational talent. The Glazers thought, man, these people don't care. Everyone cared, and then we had to sell him. So you see, this is what Rahul said earlier: the arrogance of our owners. If you wanted to bring him back, you had to do a very, very. I had a plan. Not that I'm an expert, but I had a plan. I thought they should have done something similar to the plan to reintegrate him into the squad properly. They didn't do it. Wow, great defending there by Nuno Mensch. Greenwood is better than Rashford for sure. Oh, and Saka got a yellow. Frustrations kicking in. Madrid is so shit this season. They made Gunners look like an elite team. Yeah, and they still are second in La Liga, and they still went to a Copa del Rey final, and they still made the quarterfinals of the Champions League. So even though they're that shit, just imagine how bad we are, bud. Just imagine. Even though they're so shit, they still went as far as that in everything. He kicked the ball and he got a yellow. Kev Singh miss. Arsenal need a striker right now. They got one, dude. Havertz. People laughed at us last year, no? Havertz is their striker. They don't need. He's doing well as striker. He's found his position now in the team. That didn't last very long. Then we have the Arsenal fans who say Jesus was never a striker. Yet on good authority, we had Gabriel Jesus was next in line to replace Kun Aguero as he gets more injury ridden in Man City. And then there was a point of time when Pep used to choose him regularly as striker. But then you can't deny Kun Aguero because Kun Aguero is Kun Aguero. He started picking up his form again. That next thing you know, he's sold to Arsenal. Goals aren't coming as much. Bad injuries. Then gets Havertz plays in his position. You know, Hakimi with a yellow. Look at Arteta's Beyblade. But we have 50% sell-on clause, but can't deny the fact that he's one of the biggest talent. But this is the thing, no, the 50% sell-on clause doesn't do shit for us. Pardon my French, Matable. It does not do shit for us because at the end of the day, I would have preferred Greenwood to be reintegrated into a team properly, responsibly, so he could perform for us. Bro, he's one goal behind the top League One scorer. He's not even the striker at Marseille, but he's still the second most top scorer. He's not even the striker for the team, dude. And he still has one. He's one goal behind the top scorer in the league. I believe it's one goal. Maybe it's changed now. I shouldn't say it's one goal. Maybe it might be more than one goal. Let me check. Just league, for the record. What is it? Goals. He's three goals behind Dembele. Donnarumma, guy who saved the world. So what is it? He's three goals behind Dembele, and he plays on the wing. Hello, Nitish. Oh, they're 20 points behind PSG. Now they might be buying Mason Greenwood. So now they are going to win the league next day by 30 points. Half time. Did you watch? I did. Do drop a like, guys. Do drop a like. Greenwood are better than Rasmus. Dude, Greenwood. Okay. When is your team semis? Friday. Um, Let me put it this way to you, Matable. When Greenwood was first taken into the team for the international tour to Australia, um, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer was asked a question: "Who is your best finisher in the team?" And he said, "Hands down, Greenwood." He didn't even wait. He didn't even take a breath. He said, "Greenwood." So if Greenwood was our best forward, if he's better than Rashford, he's definitely better than Hoyland. But we decided to not do things the right way. And the fan base didn't like that. So now we have to watch our player be more successful in another team because we didn't have the right approach to reintegrate him into the team. Who is buying Greenwood? PSG apparently might be buying Greenwood. So that's brilliant. Because you'll have Greenwood on one side, you'll have Kvaratskhelia on one side, you'll have Dembele in the middle. Then he might play striker if they get rid of Gonzalo Ramos. Then you have Desiree Doué as backup and Bradley Barcola as backup. I mean, they're going to win the League One next year by a bigger margin if they buy Greenwood. Like I said, Greenwood as a winger is 3 goals behind Usman Dembele in League One. Not great. I don't think United is winning that tie. Very possible, man. It's very possible. We don't have the best of luck with Spanish teams. Very possible. I don't think PSG have a spot for a number 9 or wing at the moment. So I don't think they're going. I think they're getting rid of Gonzalo Ramos, dude. As you can see, they're playing. They prefer to play Dembele up front, even though Dembele's whole career has been a winger, much like Mbappe. They are preferring to pick him because Gonzalo Ramos is on the bench. I think they're going to get rid of him. They got robbed. Rui Costa robbed them, which was brilliant. Rui Costa's robbed a bunch of people with his 100 million sales. Benfica's basically robbed a lot of teams. João Felix 100 plus, Gonzalo Ramos 100 plus, Enzo Fernandez 100 plus. Now they put a 100 plus. They put a 100 plus buyout clause on Orkun Kokcu, who was the Feyenoord captain, and now last year, no, in 2024, no, was it 24 or 23? 23 or 24 moved to Benfica. They bought him for like 20, 30 million and they put a 100 million buyout clause on him. So Benfica are just making the money, dude. They're just making the money. They're just collecting money at this point. They're collecting money and they keep getting the Champions League spot. So they're currently second behind. They're second behind Sporting, but they're on the same point. Sporting has just scored 3 goals more than them. The goal difference is just 3 more. That's what separates the Portuguese league at the moment, Sporting and Benfica. So Benfica is taking all the money now. I don't know how PSG are going to offload Gonzalo Ramos, but they're going to have to because he's not getting opportunities. They clearly don't rate him at all. They've already loaned out Kolo Muani as well, right? Kolo Muani might come back, or they might sell Kolo Muani, and they might sell Gonzalo Ramos, and they might buy Mason Greenwood. I don't think it's a controversial opinion, Bhavin. At the start of the match, when they scored in three minutes, I said something similar. I pictured a PSG Barca final, And I think Barcelona should be very worried because of what happened last year against Dembele. Very easily could be a repeat. So I don't think it's a controversial opinion, honestly, Bhavan. I think it's controversial because nobody likes PSG and no one wants them to win. But I don't think it's more controversial than that. I will put it that way. Nathan's thoughts of Real Madrid's shamelessness throughout the season if they don't give Ballon d'Or to a player, boycott if they don't appoint a rep. See, man, I have to say I'm very disappointed in Antonio Rudiger. He was always a thug that we saw even in Chelsea. But I read somewhere, it's an interesting take. I read somewhere Real Madrid are acting like a bunch of entitled brats, and I have to say, this year it turned out to be true because that guy is not winning. They decided to boycott a award ceremony. I don't remember Ronaldo boycotting any ceremonies he lost to Messi. For people who complain about Ronaldo's ego, I never ever saw him once boycott a ceremony that clearly Messi was going to win, and he never showed up. The ones he could show up to, he showed up. The fact that the whole team didn't show up is just poor on their behalf. They think it's a show of camaraderie, but it's a show of being a spoiled brat. What Rudiger did was absolutely disgusting, trying to throw something at a referee from the side. I mean, you're a grown man, dude. You're a grown man. You're not 19 anymore. Like it's just sad. It's sad because you expect more from Real Madrid because in many ways they are the gold standard of football, but I think Real Madrid let a lot of people down, including their fans, to be honest. But yeah, just my thought on that. That finish from Dembele, man, it was so fine it hit the post. You can't do much about that. PSG have Desiree Doué too. I don't think they'll go for him, but they have oil money, so never say never. Well, see again, it's just a rumor, right? I normally Marseille would never sell to PSG, but if Marseille need the money, they'll take it, dude. 20 years ago, I don't think Marseille would have sold a bottle of water to a PSG fan, but things are different now. Also, I do think if they're going to get rid of Kolo Muani and Gonzalo Ramos, they're definitely going to need a proper number nine as a either as backup or as a starter. Because clearly they don't like Gonzalo Ramos, and they definitely don't like Kolo Muani because he's currently playing for Juventus. So maybe that is why the links have happened. I think that is why the links have happened, Matable, because of what they have done with Kolo Muani and their preference to go over the winger Dembele instead of him. I think that is why those rumors are there. Listen, man, is it going to happen? Who knows? It might not happen. He might stay at Marseille one more year and maybe a Spanish team comes for him. As you know, Mason Greenwood can comfortably say he can play in England, Spain, and in France because he's actually played and scored and thrived. So we all know he can do that. So there's no issue. He can play in three countries. What would frustrate me is if an English team buys Mason Greenwood because 2 years after we decided we can't get him back, if an English team gets them and they don't get any flack socially for it, we basically just cowered. We had the wrong strategy and then we just gave up. It would really frustrate me a lot if Mason Greenwood plays for a big team in England because we could have handled that a lot better. Football won and Real Madrid lost. Listen, dude, you know what I said, Nitesh. I know you don't agree with me, but I said it should have been Carvajal. That's that I said that, so I can't take it back. I can't take it back. I said that. As far I don't know about football winning and Real Madrid losing because I thought Carvajal should have won it. But you know, maybe that's my hot take, as Bhavin said earlier, or Bhavin. Sorry, I might be saying it wrong. Bhavin. That could be my controversial take. Ronaldo never did such lame shit. He just replied with winning the next one. Exactly. I feel that's an entire. I'm actually curious to hear what Aditya thinks. Aditya never actually said anything about it, so I was just wondering. So I have a confession. I failed to score good in JEE, and now I'm slowly starting to lose the same old interest in football, and I'm very depressed. What should I do? Well, dude, I'm not smart enough to answer JEE, so I can't really answer that part for you. What I'll say is, with regards to JEE, don't give up. If you can answer it again. Dude, life is short and life can also be long. It really depends on your approach. In terms of scoring in tests, I would say if you can do it again, just give it your all again. If not, pivot to something else that's your interest. Never give up because you never know what life's decisions are going to give you. If you give up, life's going to give you nothing. If you don't give up, you don't know what you're going to get around the corner. That's what I would say. Slowly starting to lose the same old interest in football. I'm very depressed. What should I do? Well, Bhavin, here's the great news. In a couple of weeks, you'll get 2.5 months off from football. You can do various things. You can hang out with your friends, you can hang out with your family. Maybe you'll go on some kind of summer holiday. Take a break, stay off Twitter. If you don't want to join the channels for the stuff, whoever you support, stay off the football channels. Maybe watch something else. Maybe pick up a hobby that interests you, that you always wanted to do, and maybe you didn't have time because maybe you watch football or maybe you hang out here. Take up a hobby, have fun. You have 2.5 months to enjoy to yourself. You don't have to watch any football. Nothing of importance is going to happen for the next 2.5 months after this month is over. So enjoy yourself. See how you feel. Take care of yourself. This is not the end. Exactly. I think perfect place for Greenwood will be Bayern, bro. The way Harry Kane used to feed Son, my God. Because Mason Greenwood can shoot with both right and left foot. It'll be too good. It'll be too good. Can you imagine? He's so young and he's already played in 3 leagues. If he thrives in Germany, that means we can actually say he can play in any league in the world. Because in Spain he played for Getafe, so no one can say, "Oh, he played for Barcelona," so it's easy. Real Madrid as a club went so low that they have started harassing a ref. Because of that, his kid has listened to people cause father thief. Yeah, I saw that video. That was tough. That was tough. Yeah, I don't have a problem with anyone winning the ball. It could be Vinny, Jude, or anyone, but not showing up ceremony just because your player didn't get it is classed as entitled class. I mean, classed as an entitled baby. I mean, listen, man, it's not a good look. It's definitely not a good look. You can't really deny that. You just can't deny that. It doesn't matter what I say. It doesn't matter what any fan says. It's just not a good look, no matter what people will say. Hey, oh no, no. So I'm slowly trying to cope up. Have to look at other things in life because football was my only escapism to reality. See, man. I mean, okay, I'll give you a good example, Bhavin. The reason my channel is called Slow Sports News is because, excuse me, it's because, hold on a minute. Sorry, just give me a second. I'll answer your question. The reason my channel is called Sportsnut Nathan is because I wanted to always make this a place for people to watch other sports. For example, I am a really big, um, excuse me, I'm a really big. I don't know actually who you support, Bhavin. I forgot to ask. Sorry about that. Second half's about to start, but as I was saying, where was I? I mean, you can take up a hobby. You can do other things, Bhavin. You don't have to. You don't have to. This can still be your escapism, but the reason I'm Sportsnut Nathan and not like a football name Nathan is that I liked other sports as well. And I grew up watching all kinds of sports. When Nadal and Federer and all used to play tennis, I used to be a big tennis fan. Me and my best friend actually used to watch tennis. Then we were big cricket fans until Tendulkar retired. Then I kind of dropped off a little and I only watch the IPL now. Or We did watch-alongs for the T20 World Cup and the 50 over World Cup. We did do those for India, but my interest has dropped off after Tendulkar retired, if I'm being very honest. But my new escapism, as I tell everyone nowadays, like if people ask me, the my escapism from Manchester United, because I don't watch other football in general, is MMA. I love the UFC. I love it. We do watch alongs every once a month, twice a month. Sometimes when there are big cards, we do the watch along for the UFC. I love it because I'm just watching two people fight. I have no link to anybody. I am just enjoying the sport as is, like a neutral football fan would. So that has been my escapism. I enjoy that because there are no stakes. There are no stakes at all. You just enjoy it. What did he do? He didn't even see Marino there. No, come on. You're not giving him a yellow for that. Oh my god, they've given him a yellow, haven't they? Bro, the game is gone, man. He didn't even see the guy. He didn't even know Marino was behind him. Have they given him a yellow? They're not. The sign's not come up here, but it looks like they have. Lost to freaking KKR. Oh no, no. You know what? I was thinking about you when I was watching Faf play, and I was like, oh god, Faf's actually playing well. But the other end, there was no one was holding the fort, man. KL Rahul, just really silly, isn't it? Which you know what disappointed me? Oh no, no. What disappointed me was actually Mitchell Stark. I felt bad for Vipra, as apparently he likes to be called Vippy. Goal? Nah. Wow. Set piece. Luis Enrique said it. We've been practicing from all corners. Bro, look at Righty. God, I wish he didn't play for Arsenal. What an adorable man. Who do you support in football though, Bhavin? You didn't tell me. Wait, hold on a minute. Hold on a minute. Hold on a minute. They might be offside. Oh god, I can't tell, but from this angle, which one was on and off? I actually can't tell. That stupid tactic they do where they run in from behind you is so irritating. They do it for every corner. I don't know why is it so effective. Pacho was standing right in front of him. I don't know if they're gonna check or not. Are they gonna check? Oh, they are gonna check. Great. Or any cracky moon PSG save England save football. Yeah, but I was disappointed with Mitchell Stark, man. I mean, he didn't even wait one ball there. Vipraj was trying so hard, dude. You saw how disappointed he is before he got out. He hit that four and he was just so disappointed. I really felt bad. Faf played well. Vipraj played well. Everybody else just fucked off. Pardon my French. So Mitchell Stark doesn't even play one ball, dude. He just tries to go hit someone who's so experienced. It's so stupid. I've never seen. And Ashutosh, how did he get out, dude? Reverse sweeping to point. For what? Just sweep now if it's going leg side. Fucking trying to reverse sweep the ball, dude. Like impact player. What impact was that? The impact play I've noticed recently has not been working out, especially for the batters. When they do a batsman change for an impact player, it's not been working out. Even the other day, somebody, they lost a bunch of wickets and they brought in an impact player. The guy got out like in 10 balls. The bowling impact player tends to work more than the batting one, I've noticed. I don't know if there is a real reason for that or not. But especially in the recent games, whenever they have done a batting impact player move to try and get some more runs on the board, just not worked out. Just not worked out. I did see. I saw the whole game, Aditya. 4, I mean, I didn't. I went live on Mohawk's channel after a bit, but I saw his whole innings. I believe it was 101 of 53 balls, I think. Wait, what? Goal? Goal, right? It's not a goal. What's happening? I don't have the thing on. I can't hear what they're saying. He is off. I mean, he looked off to me. I don't know why they took that long, but anyway, still 1-0. Looked off, but I was so confused with that late run. But yes, 14 years and 32 days, I believe. I believe he wasn't even 14 years old when the IPL started. How do you like that? I think he might have just been 14 when the IPL started. Crazy, dude. He really looks like a baby. Real Madrid's cringe entitled crybaby club. They have lost all respect for me. I mean, I wouldn't go that far, dude. It could just be this set of players. Like I said, where did Ronaldo? Ronaldo didn't run and hide, right? I wouldn't blame the whole club for the mentality of the players, dude. You know, it could just be the set of players. Like I said, when Benzema won Ballon d'Or, did the Barcelona players not show up? Like sometimes it's just the players, bro. I won't go as far as blaming the club for that, personally. So Real Madrid, you're a Real Madrid fan. Nice. Well, hard luck, bud. Hard luck. I mean, Rudiger was a bit of a disgrace, can't lie, but apart from that, it was a good attempt. Stole the show yesterday, Nathan. Pick up your damn self. I mean, thanks, dude. I'm just being me, man. I'm not really trying to put on a show, but there are certain things that really bother me about my club. I become very how should I put it, irritable when I hear certain things. But yeah, it was fun yesterday, man. We dug into a bunch of stuff. We had a discussion on a lot of realities about our football club, which is nice instead of doing the whole Gary Neville via Manchester United bit. Which quite honestly is a very irritating thing. I hear a lot of people say, and content creators and pundits. Gary Neville's really ruined via Manchester United for me and personally, but yeah. I'm also into various sports. So Djokovic is the goat for me in tennis. Have to say I'm a Nadal guy, dude, and my best friend was a Federer guy, so it was fun. I used to call him when Nadal beat Federer, and he wouldn't pick up my phone. He knew exactly why I would call him, and he would not pick up my phone. The funny thing is, his dad was a Nadal fan too, so he couldn't escape it. So every time he wouldn't pick up my call, he would message me saying, "I don't have time to talk to you. My father's already bothering me here." That was fun. Motivation start a YouTube channel is because I wanted to talk to people about sports. Very simple. I wanted to be unfiltered, and I mean I can be more unfiltered. I am very reserved right now because simply because I don't want my own health to decline. But the main reason was to build a football community because, like I said, um, my friend who watches tennis, he actually doesn't watch football at all. Like I don't know if I'm to be very honest with you, I don't even know the extent of his football knowledge. I don't think he has any personally, and I don't really want to educate people who don't have any interest in football. So if the match is going on, we'll watch it. He's not going to ask me any questions or anything like that. But oh, that was a great run there by I don't know who was that, but that was beautiful. Lays it off. Good defending there by Arsenal. Um, yeah, so just to create a community, man. See, if you go to my channel, Bhavin, I don't have a lot of previews and reviews because I don't like talking into the camera by myself. Because that was kind of the point of why I started a channel. I wanted it to be interactive. I wanted to be a two-way conversation or a three-way or how many ever people are on the chat. I don't feel comfortable talking into the screen on my own. You'll notice my previews happened like maybe 2 years ago. I've not done a preview in a long time. It's mostly lives. Um, I don't know. I just feel weird talking to myself on the camera. I don't know how all these travel vloggers and all do it, man. They're so comfortable doing it. Kudos to them. Maybe if I wasn't talking about sports, maybe I'd be more comfortable doing something else. But sitting and talking to a screen about sports on your own, it's really weird for me. I have to learn how to do it. Next season, I want to do previews and reviews. I want to hopefully push the algorithm in my favor a little bit, where YouTube just does not support smaller channels, but they don't have any problem putting ads on their channels and taking money from their channels, but they will not push young channels to grow bigger. So I have to do my part to help the algorithm by posting more videos. Do I follow F1? Never ever got into F1, Matable. It's really weird. I don't know how to explain it. I get very bored watching them drive around in a circle. And yeah, I know people have said it's more than that, Nathan. Bro, I'm not even going to pretend like I know anything about F1, right? I'm not even going to pretend. But as far as my viewing capacity is concerned, for example, let me put it this way. Okay, let me put it from a new perspective. I am currently. Oh, hold on a minute. Arsenal are through. 3-on-2. Shoots. Oh, just goes wide. God bless you, Donnarumma. Oh, that was making me nervous. Um, from a new perspective, onside as well. Um, like as you can see now, I have nothing on, right? I had where's my earphone? My earphones are here. If I want, I can listen to the commentary, right? But because I'm talking to you, I don't want to listen to them talk. I rather talk to you. And obviously, I'm talking to you and you all are typing back. I prefer that than listen to the commentary. And the thing is, when I'm watching F1, I can't watch it on mute like this, bro. Because to me, it is they're just driving in circles. I mean, it's not an actual circle, but what I mean is a round, right? That completing laps, and I could never do it, dude. I could never. I can watch every football game for the whole season like this without. I mean, I will miss out on the atmosphere, but I can actually watch it. I can see people like do different things. But from a completely new perspective, if you're watching F1, you're literally watching grown men drive around in a circle. And I know logically there is so much more to it. I understand that. But it's like I said, maybe you can understand from my perspective. If you put on F1 and you just don't listen to anything and you're just watching it, you're literally watching people circle around. Whereas in football, you can see people move off the ball, you can see people making runs, you can see people signaling people. Even if they're not doing anything of note, you can see what's going on that necessarily not the ball carrier is doing. So, because obviously there's 22 people, they're all trying to make moves, they're all trying to, position themselves on the ball, off the ball, runs and all that, defensive movements. Um, Another great example is if you understand the rules. NFL is another perfect example. There are so many people on the pitch that you have to actually look at the pitch to see what everyone is doing. Otherwise, you will lose track because there's so many people. So, for whatever reason, I've never got into F1. I think that is the reason. By the way, who's my favorite wrestler at the moment? This is a nice question. I actually like MJF from AEW. I think he brings a persona that you can't see in WWE. Well, maybe now you can see it because now they're on Netflix, but before that you definitely couldn't see it. Um, like just from wrestling, like the style of wrestling, I will go and say I like Ray Phoenix, which I told Aditya about before when he signed that he's going to be fantastic at wrestling. Ray Phoenix is very good. I like Ilya Dragunov's style of wrestling. Physical, aggressive, hard wrestler. But right now he's also injured, unfortunately. Um, who else do I like at the moment? I like Roman Reigns. I like the fact that he can control the audience a lot. I like that. Um, I would say actually my favorite wrestler to watch is Trick Williams from NXT. The charisma he has is the charisma he has is quite nice. I think they're building him for one more year, and I think he's if he maintains this trajectory, I think he's going to blow up when he makes the main roster debut. I think I think that's the one thing Carmelo Hayes couldn't maintain. Also, I think because Carmelo Hayes is a small guy, now they're trying to push him through the Ante the Giant Cup, which quite honestly, everyone that win has actually gotten sacked. Cesaro won it, got sacked. Baron Corbin won it, got sacked. I'm actually very worried that they have put the Andre the Giant memorial on Carmelo Hayes. Hopefully, he can turn it around for himself. Who do you want to face in the UEFA Super Cup? Well, that's assuming we win. I don't want to. I don't want to face either Barca or PSG, dude. I don't like our chances. If I'm being very honest, I really don't like our chances against uh, PSG because they have a lot of pace, dude. A lot of pace. It's a problem for us. Pace is not our friend when you play us. Poor Ring General went from being champion to facing Pat. Yeah. Well, this is what happens when you're good at chops and terrible at promos, dude. I've been telling you, he's terrible at promos. Just terrible. Thomas Partey is there. Some lady. I don't know why they're showing a lady, but there's a lady there. Carmelo can be good in tag team division, but not with the Miz. Yeah, listen, man, he was so popular in NXT. This is the thing I always, Aditya never ever watches NXT, even though I always recommend it to him. He just refuses, even though that's where the best wrestling actually happens. Um, he was so popular, dude. When he came, I was like, oh, okay, man. Is he going to turn it out for the little guys? Because the little guys get a bad rap. If you're not Rey Mysterio, the little guys get a terrible reputation. Let's be honest. And Rey Mysterio, if we are being very honest, has the pop because he's a WCW original, and the whole Eddie Guerrero angle and everything. A lot of it is nostalgia. A lot of it is obviously legacy. But anyone else, any other little guy, it's not been good. It's not been good at the moment for them. Tough. Vedang Singh, F1 today is nearly finished sport. Totally depends on machinery. Talent has very little say, like who builds fast car, and thus we have seen 4-5 years of domination, same team rotating. Yeah, someone told me something like that, dude. I was like, I was listening to someone like in passing, and they were like, I believe I heard the words, yeah, the car is crap. I'm like, the car is crap. Doesn't everyone have the same kind of car? Don't they have like regulations where everyone has to have the same kind of car? How is it fair then? How is it a race? That's like me, that's really weird, man. That's like me trying to run against a blind person in a 100-meter race. The blind people will race the blind people. You don't, a person with sight does not race a blind person, right? Like, it's a terrible example, but I'm sure you get what I mean. Like when I heard like the car is bad, hopefully they can give him a good car. I'm like, what does that even mean? Like I told Matable, I have no clue about F1, but I was so confused when I heard that. I'm like, doesn't it depend on the racers? Isn't like everyone have the same car? I mean, same as in, like the same, what do you call it, requirements, or what, I don't even know what the word is. That's how little I know about for F1. The system, whatever. I'm sure you people understand what I'm trying to say, but apparently not. Apparently not. I don't understand how people would even agree to race on unfair terms, but apparently that's a thing. He may be terrible, but Jay was worse in promos against him. But I told you, dude, I told you why Jay gets the pull. Jay gets the pull because he's talking. He's an old man that is talking like a young man, and the majority of the audience are young men, and this is why he's getting the pull because he is coming off as very relatable, a man that no one thought would be a world champion, and has gotten such a popular push after becoming a singles wrestler that they have decided to put a title on him. I'll give you another good example of someone that happened to. He's the current wrestler as well, Kofi Kingston. When Kofi Kingston was from Jamaica, which he's apparently not from anymore, they were very happy to put on the Intercontinental title on him. That beautiful, weird oval shaped one with the blue in it, the old school IC title. Well, no, the current one is an old school one. I suppose the new school. I mean, I don't know, whatever you call it, the mid 2010s IC title. They were happy to give him those spots, man. Then he got pushed in the New Day. Then quote unquote Kofi Mania happened. But Kofi Mania never happened after that, after he got squashed by Lesnar. So, it's one of those things. When you become relatable, you can also get a push, dude. It doesn't have to necessarily be wrestling skills. I mean, how limited is John Cena? Remember, we had the discussion, Aditya, when we were like, oh, the show's going to end at 11:30. I'm like, bro, this guy's not wrestling for 45 minutes. He's wrestled one match and a Royal Rumble match in the last 4 months. He is not wrestling 45 minutes. And rest assured, WrestleMania ended way earlier because man can't wrestle for 45 minutes. I don't think he ever could, at least not in this decade, could ever wrestle 45 minutes. And he didn't. And he's already limited his skill set. His skill set's already limited and he still couldn't wrestle for 45 minutes. So it's not necessarily about if you're a good wrestler, Aditya. Sometimes the relative, what am I saying? The relatable. It's happening to me. I didn't even have a drink. It's how relatable you are to the audience as well that can help. Never mind. Can't say the word. Best wrestler, the little bull that used to come with the matadors, El Toro. I know we are talking about that. Oh god, that was a terrible gimmick. Penta can do it. I want WWE to build him like yes, Demon Balor. Yeah, I mean Pentagon Junior, as his original name is. I mean he's a legendary wrestler, dude. From Triple A, then he became the TNA heavyweight champion. Then he fought for the AEW heavyweight championship against John Moxley, or as some people will call him, Dean Ambrose. And now he's here. They were tag team champions. They're the Lucha Brothers, him and Ray Phoenix. Ray Phoenix is easily one of the best luchadors I've seen in my life. Um, yeah, they could. It would be nice. They're already pushing him for a US title, clearly. Maybe in about 18 months, a bigger push. So how are you so fluent in English? इतनी देर में तो मेरे मुंह से हिंदी निकल ही जाते अब तक. Listen, dude, it's difficult to explain, Bhavan. It's difficult to explain, but um, it depends on where you grow up. If you grow up in a cosmopolitan city, English will happen more frequently than you think. Growing up in Bombay, I used to hear a lot of English. So obviously, you go to a English medium school, and it's a matter of practice, dude. It's a matter of practice. Being fluent in English, we all go to schools and we all learn English. It's just a matter of being able to practice it, because writing it on paper does not equal fluency. That is one thing I've learned about language. Make LA Knight the new world champion. He would be better than Jay. Yeah, but you see, dude, you see how long it took LA Knight to get to WWE? You know why he got to WWE? Because in the end, he became undeniable. You know why he became undeniable? Because the fans loved him. This guy, him and AJ Styles should have been in the WWE ages ago. AJ Styles should have been in the WWE maybe in 2008. He came in 2000 and what? 19? Bro, AJ Styles was putting banger on match. He would go toe to toe with any wrestler in the early 2000s, early to mid 2000, between 28 to 2008 to 2016, 2017. He could go toe to toe with any wrestler, dude. These Ring of Honor guys are the real deal. A lot of the WWE talent that you're not aware of know are Ring of Honor guys. Brian Danielson, AJ Styles, Samoa Joe, um, Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn. They all were Ring of Honor people. Ring of Honor used to have some of the best wrestlers, dude. Best. It ended up stop producing, and then now AEW has bought it. So now AEW runs it. No, they don't have same car. You work around regulations, find cheeky pathways, build car. If you're good, you win. If you ask real racing, it's I guess rally. It really is open to all like rally. Okay, I love Man TT, etc. Yeah, I know. I was really shocked. Yeah, I was really shocked. Like I said, no, I know nothing. Yeah. Even to get into F1, you have to spend millions, and even then, you don't. You aren't sure if you get a seat, as there are only 20 seats currently, maybe 24 next. Yep. That's why when what is his name? Yeah, Narayan Karthikeyan got in, it was such a big deal. But then he kept finishing last. So then the novelty of an Indian being an F1 driver wore off on us because he kept finishing last all the time. But it's nice to see from the time I started watching sports to the time now, a lot more of the Indian people watch F1. So it's kind of cool. It's kind of cool to see that. 20 minutes left. My God, this game went flying by. Can't believe there's only one game. Sorry. I can't believe how fast this game has flown by, is what I was going to say. 20 minutes left. Timber looks like he's struggling, but Ben White was sat back down, so I assume he's going to get back on the pitch. Undertaker, if I have to start a wrestling company, if I had to take one all round wrestler, it'll be Kane. All round wrestler? I've never seen Kane even attempt a submission. How is he an all round wrestler? That's a very interesting statement. AJ came in 2016, I guess. 2016 was it? Then I was right. It's early to 2000s to 2010. Bro, the matches AJ Styles had in TNA. Bro, I was so lucky. I didn't, I used to watch WCW. I didn't even know what I was watching. I was so small. And TNA was the best alternative at the time because a lot of, they just took a lot of chances, especially at the beginning. They took a lot of chances, dude. A lot of chances. And a lot of it paid off, dude. They started going for really big talent that WWE didn't want. Kevin Nash went there, Scott Hall went there, Scott Steiner went there, Booker T went there, Kurt Angle went there, Sting went there, Pentagon Jr. in recent history has gone there. Then they had what is his name, the New Japan Pro wrestler, the world champion Sanada went there. Sanada went there when in okay, I'm going to bore people here, but I'm just going to say something about Japan. In Japan, there was a time when the rookies always would do a US tour. And Sanada, who at least till last year, I believe last year he was a champion. I don't know who's the current champion. He was the New Japan Pro Wrestling Champion, which is basically Japan's number one wrestling title. It's like the WWE World Champion. He did his rookie learning in TNA, Sanada. I don't know if anyone even remembers him. But yeah, like TNA was this place where everyone went. Um, for people who know Los Garza, Hector Garza used to wrestle for Team Mexico in the X Cup in TNA. You know the Los Garza guy, the guy with the mustache. That's his nephew. Hector Garza used to wrestle in TNA. I think he's passed away now, unfortunately. But yeah, he wrestled for Team Mexico. They had like this world tournament kind of style thing. It was called the X Cup. And that is where I saw Bobby Roode, Eric Young, and PT Williams, who's currently now. Bobby Roode and PT Williams are both management in WWE. But that's where I saw them first. I saw them as part of Team Canada. Those two, and Eric Young, who was in NXT for a little bit as part of the system or some weird group of people. I think Nikki Cross was part of that group, and Killian Dane was part of that group. Long shot goes out. Yeah. Eric Young also is a proper TNA original. He's gone back there now, I think. So that's where I first saw them. I saw them in TNA. They have taken a lot of their management has actually come from TNA. Even Magnus. Nick Aldis was Magnus at TNA. The first time I saw him there. Then he went to NW and became the world champion, obviously, for a while. And now he's management in WWE. First time I saw him was Brutus Magnus in TNA. So yeah, TNA had a lot of talent, man. They're slept on often, but it's so beautiful to see now. Moose is coming on. They just signed the woman Jordan Grace, who made her debut at the Royal Rumble with the TNA belt on her waist, which under Vince would have never, ever been possible. She is now signed with NXT officially. Now Joe Henry showed up at WrestleMania with the heavyweight title on his waist, which is even more crazier. It just goes to show what a beautiful working relationship is if it works. That's why I like AEW. They do a working relationship with CMLL, and they used to have a working relation with AAA, but now they obviously won't able to. I mean, they won't able to do it with CMLL anymore because now CMLL has signed with WWE. So they're going to have a working relationship with New Japan and AAA, AAA, AAA. So, AEW has been doing that for a while now, and now under Triple H has seen how it does work, and he's also doing it. I'm a little worried that they bought CMLL. I hope they don't completely dissolve it completely because Lucha Libre wrestling is very different from American style wrestling. But yeah, anyway, I went on a big rant about wrestling. Sorry, whoever's bothered. If you have a starting wrestling company, who would be your five wrestlers? Bro, Randy Orton, Bret Hart, Stone Cold, Jake the Snake Roberts, Shawn Michaels. Last time F1 was competitive was 1980. After all, it's all about the machine. Watch NBA or any American sport? I used to watch NBA, but the timings are just not possible for me, man. When I started college and stuff, and getting up at 5:30 in the morning to watch a random basketball match is just not possible for me. I used to watch the playoffs a lot. I used to watch the playoffs a lot. The conference finals and the finals is what I used to watch. I used to follow Golden State for a bit. That was fun. I would love to watch NFL. I have a bunch of NFL jerseys. I collect jerseys for fun. Not anymore, but I have a bunch now. But again, it's ridiculous timing and it takes forever to finish. But I would have loved to. NJPW is entertaining to be honest. Well, Matable, I've been trying to tell Aditya that too, but Aditya is very stubborn. He won't even watch NXT. No chance he's watching NJPW or AEW. Here we go. Paris, Bradley Barcola. Ah, he got stuck with his feet. That could have been game over. Didn't he have a submission when he used to choke you for you covering your mouth? Yeah, but that's a stupid one. That's not a real submission, is it? That's just him being a big boy. It's not real submission, is it? It's not like a Boston Crab or a Hell's Gate. Even Undertaker had a proper submission. Hell's Gate, by the way, is a Brazilian jiu-jitsu move called a Gogo Plata. He just does it differently. It's actually a jiu-jitsu move, a legit jiu-jitsu move. Arsenal on the counter attack now. Stopped. Oh no, maybe not. Saka, double manned. PSG are tightening up now. My top five would be Ric Flair, Undertaker, Dean Ambrose, The Rock, Roman. Wow, almost kind of opposite of what I picked. Ric Flair, that's a good shout. At this rate, Roma will save the world from global warming. Man, what level of keeping he's doing? Listen, man, as long as it stays like this, we'll take it. Whatever the level of the keeping is, as long as it stays like this. You gotta have some, you know, gotta have some good news this week. Vitinha passes back to Pacho. Marquinhos loops it over to Hakimi. Beautiful ball, by the way. Circles it back. Vitinha. João Neves going into the middle. Passes back outside. Kavicha Kvaratskhelia. Looping in. Double team. Create space. Running around. Skies it. Yeah, I wouldn't try to take shots when I'm 1-0 up, trying to finish this game, but the PSG players seem to be very confident that this game is in the bag. Look at these fanatical fans. My God, it's going to get worse. It's going to get worse next week for them. I see Onana, then I see this. Yeah, well, listen, we don't talk about Onana on this channel, dude. I'm very pro De Gea, unfortunately. You'll get nothing but biased commentary from me. I mean, it's not even biased anymore, it's factual, but I try to avoid talking about Onana because I just go on an ungodly rant every time, which is just a waste of time. Can't do anything about it anymore. It's unfortunate, but Real Madrid have to look to mutually end Alaba's contract. Dude's getting injured again and again without even playing. What is this Luke Shaw like? I will still always defend Luke Shaw when people talk about injuries because Luke Shaw had a double leg break. The fact that he played till 30 years old is a miracle. And for people who don't understand why I say that is I use the example of Jack Wilshere. Jack Wilshere was the next big talent for England and Arsenal. He had a horrendous injury and he kept trying to come back. Arsenal eventually let him go. He joined West Ham. He was injured there and he had to retire at 28. People don't come back from leg breaks, man. I don't know. I don't know what major injury Alaba had, but I always try to defend Luke Shaw based on that because he should have not even had a lot of people would say it's lucky he even has a career. So he's the N word of this channel. It's not. It's not even that way, Vedang. It's just no point. We have just downgraded our keeper for the because Eric Ten Hag was lied to us. Eric Ten Hag promised us we were going to play a style of football we never ever saw play 2.5 years into his tenure here. And we sold our best player. He was our best, most consistent player in our worst 10 years of our uh, of our club history in the last 51 years. The way I explain De Gea to people is like this, Vedang, and you will not understand because you're a younger fan, but this is the best way to sum it up. I say David De Gea has been our best player in our worst decade of our club in the last 51 years. Now you must be wondering, why are you saying 51 years, Nathan? Because 51 years ago, we got relegated. The 1974-75 season, we got relegated. And this has been our worst decade since we have come up. And in our worst decade, he was our best player, head and shoulders. And we got rid of our best player in our toughest time for Onana. I don't know if I don't believe I can sum it up better than that. But that is how I explain David De Gea's loss to our team. That is how I summarize it, I should say. Can't go next season with so many injured players. Alaba injured, Mendy injured. Mendy's injured again. You probably should sell Mendy, dude. Mendy's a lot younger than Alaba. He's also always injured. Carval back after ACL. Milita will be back after 2 ACLs. I mean, you can't do anything about the ACLs, dude. As Lisandro Martinez proved, you have one freak injury and then, you have fitness issues for God knows how long. Oh, here we go. What a 1-2. They finish it. Oh, Bacola. Oh, my God. Oh, he tried to be too pretty, man. He tried to curve it too much. Beautiful 1-2. There was João Neves and Bacola. And then lovely layoff again by Gonzalo Ramos. That might be the last touch of his PSG career. Oh, he tried to be too pretty, man. He was nowhere near the keeper and he tried to round the keeper on the opposite side. Oh, that was way too pretty, man. Sometimes you have to just kick it with your toes, bro. Come on. Just kick it with your toes. Oh, you should probably get rid of Mendy. Mendy's the youngest one on that list, if I'm not mistaken. I remember him being injured before because Kamavinga had to play left back too. Oh, look at these Paris Saint-Germain fans. Absolute hooligans. What an environment. Y'all have to start promoting Fabrica players, man. Look at Raul Asensio. He's playing so well. You'll have to start back. You can't just spend 50 million on a player every time, man. You'll have to start. You have to. Eventually you're just going to have to start using La Fabrica players. You can't just keep selling them every time. Gonzalo beat the offside trap. Oh, the post. Was he offside? Don't tell me he wasn't offside. No way. He was onside and he couldn't even hit it on. He was onside and he couldn't even hit it on target. This is why they're going to sell him. This is why they were going to sell him. Who was I talking to about this? Was it Bhavin? Bhavin, this is why they're going to sell him. I don't remember who I was having the conversation about Greenwood with. Oh my god, he was onside and he hits the post and he tries to hit it right above the goalkeeper. Straight above the goalkeeper. They spent 100 million on this clown, dude. Oh my god, Hoyland would have put that away. People will laugh at me. People will laugh at me. But Hoyland would have put that away, bro. I'm telling you. Straight at the goalkeeper and it hits the post. He had both sides of the post. Hoyland has never even gotten a chance that easy in his career. He's been here 22 months. He's not even got a chance that easily, man. Oh my god. Hakimi is running. Oh. Damn, man. Look how quick Hakimi is. 86 minutes into the game. Oh no. PSG are just roughhousing Arsenal now. Tushar here, look at both teams. Sorry, Tushar. Look at both the teams play. You'll understand the gap that United need to mitigate to play UCL. I don't think we need to see these teams. Although we have beaten Arsenal in the FA Cup with 10 men after 60 minutes of playing with 10 men. But I don't think we need to see the smash to know that, Tushar, if I'm being honest with you. I don't really think so. Foul. Shut up, Martinelli. Go away. Go away. It's not a penalty, dude. Go away. Get lost. What does he want? Oh, he falls into the line. Oh, this is different levels of scumbaggery, dude. Desperation showing on them, unfortunately. Oh, please be careful, PSG. Do not concede to this after all the work you've done. Oh, PSG are missing. Bro, I mean, seriously. Seriously. Hoyland would have put that away. I know people will laugh at me, but I'm being serious. Remember, Raul Asensio is only playing because the two youth products before Asensio suffered ACL and all centre backs were injured, so it was desperate. Bro, I've been saying this to Giant for years. If you got talented players, integrate them with the senior players and they will improve. Kobe Mainu is the best example. You see that Aiden Heaven guy? Arsenal didn't want him. We took him for 1 million. He came on and he played well. Never played one game. He's playing well. Lenny Yoro, 18 years old from Lille, playing every game. You put them around. Experienced people. They will shine, dude. They will shine, or at least you'll get the best out of them. But you gotta use them. You can't just keep using players out of position every time, man. It's not going to work against the big games. It's not. It will not work against the big names. It just won't. Then you have moments like the Arsenal one where there's too many injuries, there's too many people playing out of position, and that other team's on a roll and they're taking advantage of these things. PSG का finishing बहुत खराब है. I mean, Dembele was there. That would have been in. Gonzalo Ramos, like I said, man, Gonzalo Ramos. I don't. I think that's why they're going for Greenwood. Honestly, I see Madrid buying 4-5 defenders. To be honest, I mean they very might well do that, Matable, but it's always better to try and look from within first, man. Just because you pay premium prices, that does not mean you'll get premium quality, man. Not always. Joao Neves coming off of Warren Zaire Emery. I see a Tunisian flag there. I'm very confused, but either way. Samsung me. PSG giving last year's Dortmund vibes. Yeah, I know. They'll get over it, bro. And they are not gonna do this kind of screw ups in Paris. Trust me. The ultras won't let them do it. The ultras will get to them. They'll give them proper wake up calls during the match. You're away. Even if they get a 1-1 draw, it'll be a positive result. Even though they probably should have won this game at least 3-0. They definitely should have got a penalty, but you don't always get your way. Get up, he went inside the box. It's a free kick. Exactly, dude. The desperation's real now at this point. Long ball to Saka, and it goes nowhere because that ball can't go anywhere. Manieri's coming on forward to guard as well. 5 minutes time left. I want Shabi to give more chances to youth products, at least promote them. We are missing those Nacho, Jesse Rodriguez, Lucas Vasquez, Carval type youth player. Exactly, dude. And see, Aditya, I don't want to say this because it will sound, like you're kicking people down when they're down. But, bro, Barcelona seem to do it. Barcelona's just as big as club as you. Yeah, okay, 15, European Champions League, whatever. But in terms of stature, they're just as big as you, dude. Look how many youth players they have. Look how many youth players they have, dude. I see only United. I'm not saying we're out the level, but I only see United and I only see United and Barcelona have this number of youth academy players playing or starting in their team or as a sub. I don't see any other club do it. Now I'm not saying every club has to do it, but these are the only clubs I've seen who do it like this to this extent. I mean, of course, we have the record for having the a youth academy player from the 1930s, either as a starting 11 or a substitute. We have the record. We have the world record for that actually. From the 1930s, there's been a youth academy prospect either playing or on the bench for every match day since the 1930s. I think the next person is 1950s, the next team. But that's not really the point I'm trying to make. What the point I'm trying to make is Real Madrid. Giant said something very interesting to me, right? Giant said, we are the most profitable youth academy. All our players, they don't play for us, but they play for almost, I don't know what he said. He said like a bunch of teams in La Liga. I'm like, that's not a good thing though. Because if you just try to back them up here, they might grow into Danny Carvajal. They might grow into Lucas Vasquez, where they have not gone on loans or they have not played anywhere else. They've just grown with the team with the senior players. That's not necessarily a good thing for you because you have to keep spending 60 million every time you buy a player. Okay, you know what, Aditya? Actually, I have a question to ask you because I am obviously don't follow Real Madrid that way. I'm not talking besides free agents, right? Not free agents. We're not counting. Besides free agents, what is, have you all bought any player for under 20 million? Have you bought any like good player for under 20 million? I think maybe Valverde. But before Valverde, have you all bought any good player for under 20 million? 20 to 25 million? Because I every time I see Real Madrid spend money on any player, it's 50 million, it's 60 million, it's 100 million, whatever the numbers are. It's never, oh, they bought this guy for 25 million. Look at him. He's playing better than the 50 million player. Was it Modric? Is Modric your last player? I can't think of a subpar 50 million player you all have bought. I don't, I'm sure there is, but I can't think of one. It's true, we make lots of profit in recent years, yeah, but I mean, PSG is so good. They are so good, Arup. Keep it together, PSG. You got a minute left. Keep it together. Keep it together. Oh, look at this guy. Look at this hero. Set piece hero. God, if they score from this, it will absolutely destroy the PSG fans. Valverde in recent times. Yeah, I thought of Valverde. Between Valverde and Modric, I'm curious to know how many sub 50 million, 40 million deals you have done. But also, you all bought Valverde as a kid, right? He wasn't a set player, no, like a Modric, like a, you know what I mean, like a established talent already. He wasn't an established talent already, right? He was a young talent. I really wonder how much. Everything seems like a 40 million, 45 million, 50 million. You have to go to the youth well at some point of time, yeah. You have to. You just have to. This ends 1-0. Very respectable performance from Arsenal. You see Mikel Arteta going after the ref first up. He's heading there. This is going to be fun. Get ready. No, Zidane was given a choice of, you remember, either to keep Valverde or Marcus Llorente. Hmm. No, that was a terrible choice too. No, Marcus Llorente also starts for Atletico, doesn't he? To sell him to Atletico Madrid is a real problem. But, wherever the money comes from. Done and dusted. Should have been 3-0. It should have. Man, but if you thought the atmosphere was crazy here, when they go to France, it's going to be even crazier. 1-0 though, man. 1-0. They're still in it. We can laugh, we can make jokes, we can troll, we can do whatever we want. But at 1-0, they're still in the game, man. Still in the game. Hate watch 1 out of 2 complete. We will return against second leg. Tomorrow, Barcelona Inter we'll be doing as well. So I'll see you guys then. Take care. Good night and great performance, great match. That's what you expect now from the final four teams. We brought him from Atletico only, if I'm not wrong, Marcus Llorente, is it? Anyway, I will see you guys tomorrow. And I'm letting you guys know in advance for the United game, we will be on one MUFC. Um, just letting you guys know. That was all planned in the works a long time ago, and we're going to be doing that. But yes, tomorrow, all in for Onana's X. I'll see you guys tomorrow for Barca Inter. Take care, guys. Good night and have a nice day tomorrow. I'll see you in the next one. Good night, sleep well. You too, everyone. Everyone, take care. Speak to you all tomorrow.